Hi, hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Shout out to the All Access Patreon members who are seeing this first. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already connected with me on Patreon, it's completely free to join. You'll still get some perks. I'll occasionally drop parts of an album early, or I'll make a video that was previously only accessible to the All Access members, available for everyone. If a video is ever blocked on YouTube, it will be available for free on Patreon. However, if you are interested, there is an All Access membership that gets you early access to all of my content, non-blurred visuals like music videos, requested live performances, and interviews, more weigh in on what I do next, things like that. All of the information will be in the description below. I think the cat wants in. Dobby wanted in, so we'll see if he behaves. What track are we on? Track 5, which is Ace Trumpets. Interesting when we think of, I was gonna say trump card and triumph. It just makes me, I don't even know if this is actually a thing, but when I think of trumpets, I think of like either announcing something or a celebratory thing. So when I think of a trump card and triumph, I think of trumpets. I don't know why. I was about to say that out loud. Well, I mean, I did say it out loud, but you know what I mean. In my head, I was like, yeah, those are connected. But then when I said it out loud, I don't actually think those are connected. I think they're just connected in my head. Just ignore me.
Inappropriate.
Wrong side.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it.
I did not expect to have ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. I'm assuming that's a drug reference, but still, I love that.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets in rose mode. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P. Niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I...
Stop stepping on him, Dobby. Leave Salem alone. Hey. It's okay. Oh, you were such a little brat. He just bit him on the tail so he could take his spot. Oh my god.
3P. Niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy. How could you and me be? Ever seen his peers? Can't compare, you just CC. Don't you know these clears in my ears? Only VVs. Play musical chairs, Fred Astaire through these GTs. Too much wear and tear on your bitch, she couldn't please me. White glove service with the brick, I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I am Houdini. Ooh. Look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. Had your interviews, I just kikied. Life's peachy, ASAP with Riri. You rappers all beneath me, but love like the Bee Gees. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi. The only way you reach me, ballerina.
I am loving this album. Oh my god, that's what I was saying before I got interrupted earlier. For some of you, that may have been a different video. I'm so sorry. I now remember I was talking about that and then I got interrupted. Or maybe that was between, hold on. Was that while I was still filming? Okay, regardless, I was really nervous to do this video. This is the first album outside of Kendrick within the world of hip hop rap that I'm doing. I've done other albums on this channel, but they were like pop. I don't know, I was just like really nervous about it because I was like, okay, I really fuck with Kendrick. And I think a lot of it is stuff I've talked about before, like the way he is with lyrics, how he buries things, and you know, how he approaches his artistry in a way, you know, really does remind me of Taylor's artistry, just like the way they interact with their art. I've gotten more like comfortable with interpreting things and stuff with like Kendrick's music. I learn as I go and I see more patterns when I understand more. And so I was just kind of like, what if I like don't get a lot of it? I think that was part of it. And then my Patreon community has been like, oh, we love this album. And I was kind of worried, like, what if I don't love it? I'm gonna be honest about it, but like it would just suck to be like, it's fine, you know? I don't know. I was just really nervous about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And this is so good. I'm loving this. I already talked about the ballerinas thing. I love that. A couple more things. I also love Waikiki, just, and then picking up on the Kiki and the, like, I love that. 3P, my sons, and that's on repeat. I love that. The sins of the father. How could you and me ever be seen as peers? You can't compare. You're just a CC. That may be something else, but for me, I just think of like email, CC someone. They're not really in it. They're there, but you don't really like need them there. They're just, you're making them aware. That's about it. That's how I take that. I don't know if that means something else, but oh, I'm so excited. You're telling me I get a Fred Astaire reference? Love. In the white glove service with the brick, I am Luigi with a white glove. Love. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I'm Houdini. Again, that's another one I really like. I like a good Houdini reference. I hope you got your squeegees. That was funny. At your interviews, I just Kiki, life's peachy. ASAP with Riri. Also the Wi-Fi thing. Love.
Doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose moles. Henny Alavaca. Panama fishing village visiting with Papa with choppers. All of you in pasta. Simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just sorted looked like it was built by NASA. Over half.
In every song, I have really loved the way they've twisted words. I'm hesitant to say this because I am in no way, shape, or form saying that I'm picking up on a lot. But I just mean in comparison. Like my baseline is below the earth's crust, okay? Like that's how low my bar is when it comes to picking up on things. Your expectations should be so low for me on this stuff. I'm not saying I'm doing great here. I'm just saying in comparison to what I normally am, I feel like the way they handle their wordplay, I feel like I'm picking up more on the scheme stuff. I'm seeing how things are connecting more because of how they move words. If that makes sense. Oh my God, Salem. All the animals are currently out of here, so I'm gonna try to get stuff done while I can. I just like the way they manipulate words a lot. I feel like I'm seeing things a little bit more than normal. I could, you know, again, within the parameters of what I am capable of.
We call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my peace like I'm Mahatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, mi casa su casa. Drugs killed my team spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, how was Alibaba? Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata. Island wearing tie-dye, umbrella in my robe.
I love him. I love them. I'm so sorry. I love all their references. Oh my gosh. Penne alla vodka. I just love the imposters. I love that we get a Mufasa and then we get a Hakuna Matata. I'm gonna be singing Hakuna Matata in my head for the rest of the day. Perhaps for the next few weeks. Okay, focus. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. That gives me the energy of like, I know that the way I behave means that I am not going to be palatable for most people, and that's okay. You're gonna die at the Oscars. You're not gonna get very far because you won't turn it, but you're standing on your business at least. At least that's how I'm taking it. Persona non grata. Ooh, but this. Drugs killed my teen spirit. Welcome to Nirvana. Love. Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga.
Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Umbrella in my rolls, match the one that's in this my tie. Listen, you are not I. Cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Ballerinas, doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose moles.
That was so, just the wordplay in that one. I loved that. I love Malice being like, I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Stop. That was so good. I really liked that. I feel like I didn't, like, I'm not really breaking that one down. I don't know. I just really liked that vibe. I don't know what track it is. Track 6, All Things Considered.
How I'm doing? All things considered. Let's be specific. My mama cheek, I miss it. I wanna kiss it. Nige asking for siblings. I know he meant it. V miscarry, we hit it. I'm glad he missed it. 100,000 a maybe. You stick with it. Pre-order the strollers, our face in it. I pays for my stalk with the baby in it. If the sky's not your limit, you'll never get it. Turn niggas statistics, I'm so sadistic, so religious, that's so malicious. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing niggas for riches, like 4th and inches. Pay attention and listen, the snakes hissing. Niggas is writing statements and say they didn't. Dream of taking you down, the hate hidden. Wanna show you around, but they J Princeton.
Richards replace all the Pashas. Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls for tomorrow. Fuck, I look like tryna borrow. Blow a budget. Like fuck it. We gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When this chess game is played smarter. Swear this life is so awesome.
All things considered.
Oh, that beginning. All things considered. Let's be. My mama cheek. I missed it. I want to kiss it. Not just for siblings. And I think from the first song, I think I said I figured that was Pusha T's Child. V miscarried. We hit it. I'm glad he missed it. 100,000 and maybe you stick with it. Pre-ordered the strollers. Our face in it. I pays for my stork with the baby in it. Dang. So I pay for my stork with a baby surrogate or like IVF or something. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Also, just such an interesting play of like, I turn statistics. I'm so sadistic, turning it into a statistical number. So religious, that's malicious. That juxtaposition is just really cool. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing for... Also, the snakes hissing. Writing statements and say they didn't. What, like... Writing statement. Someone's making public statements and blaming it on PR, even though they didn't write it, but he's saying, no, you really did write it. Or is that like something else? Dream of taking you down. Dream of taking down the hate hitting. Want to show you around, but they J Princeton. Okay, I know who that is. I don't want to make too much like, what is that? It's writing statements and say they didn't. Dream of taking you down, they hate. Okay, I could be totally wrong. I'm just going off of what I know, but I remember them talking about in one of those background videos. Again, I think it may have been FT Signifiers. Drake deal. Wasn't it Jay Prince who said that there was the career-ending track thing? I don't know. Maybe, or does that have to do with like his family tie stuff? Y'all let me know. I'm gonna leave my conjecture out here. Okay, keep going.
I've been forgiven. How to pack the blizzard in Honda Civics. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama the children, it take a village. Writings was on the wall like hieroglyphics. Ooh. My circle split up the pie, that's long division. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. Visits behind the glass, my mirror image. Ooh. Skin is blemished, names were mentioned. Explains the sentence, the pain is endless. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. Guns, Czechoslovakia, it starts and ends it. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. Ooh. Made my exit just to make my entrance. Revolving door, maybe I can make a difference.
Richards replay.
Ooh, I love that. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. Made my exit. He left just to make my entrance. Revolving door. Like this time maybe I can make a difference. Which makes me think of the first track when he was saying your messages, you should spread those. Like his dad talking to him. Ooh, identifying the body, it takes forensics. Ooh, and him talking about like, that's my mirror image. I take that as like, that's what my life could have been kind of thing. I love the hieroglyphics thing. My circle splitting up the pie, that's long division. Skin is blemished, names was mentioned. Explains the sentence. The pain was endless. Oh, okay. Names was mentioned, explains the sentence. Is that talking about someone who helped so they could get a lessened sentence? Because he's saying, oh, that explains why the sentence wasn't as long as I thought it would be.
On the Pashas, Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls for tomorrow.
I love that.
I look like tryna borrow, blow a budget. Like fuck it. We gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When this chest.
I love the cadence of that when it all falls. Like the way it, I don't know if that's like a vocoder or something. Like, oh.
Game is played smarter. Swear this life is so awesome.
Life and death are simple formalities, ain't no way around it. You can poison the rule and technicalities, ain't no way around it.
Ooh.
It's genocide when pawns feed the headlines. The kingdom of truth can never outlive a lie. They'll come for your king, but the throne survives. Unleash the queen, take them dead or alive. Pyro, Pyrex, icy, iris, violence of violence. Either way, it was worth the suspense. I've considered all things.
That was so cool. I loved the ending. I'm assuming that was the dream. Is that what that, right? Life or death are simple formalities. There ain't no way around it. Love. You can poison the world and technicalities. Ain't no way around it. It's genocide when pawns read the headlines. I may be taking this too far, but is that saying people who don't see things for what they are just read into these headlines without doing more research, without understanding the context? Like, the media literacy that we have today is just every day in a spiral of a decline. When you're making decisions based on these headlines that are headlines for profit, while also in the context of how much the freedom of press is being attacked these days. I know this album was technically should have been released last year, so I understand it's not quite the context that we have today, but you know what I mean? But it's genocide when pawns read the headlines. Like, when they're just reading into this and they make decisions, it can literally cause genocide. Is it in that context, or is it more it's killing things? Like, it's killing what could be in a way when pawns are just reading these headlines and not basically breaking out of the matrix, if you will. I may be taking that wrong. You guys let me know. The kingdom of truth can never outlive a lie. Oof. They'll come for your king, but the throne survives. That is, unleash the queen, take 'em dead or alive. Pyro and then Pyrex, like a Pyrex band? Since that doesn't make sense to me, I'm gonna assume that's like a drug reference. I see Iris, love the violins of violence. That is just like a beautiful line. Either way, it was worth the suspense. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was, loved that. Okay. Next track is track 7, M.T.B.T.T.F. What does that stand for? Well, I'm sure we'll find out. Okay, wait, I need to close this.
No confessions, questions, we contesting. Fireworks will send a message, iridescent. Slow them down like Robitussin. If you rush in, at your door when we address them, we gon' bless them. Tried to bring them, shoulda left them. Learn my lesson, poker faces keep them guessing. No expression, ice dressing on my chest and leave impression. What's a testarossa if you don't test them? Ain't your bitch unless you joystick and dress them. My presence, your pleasure, peasants, he's pressure. I've been knee deep, key deep, we in ZZ's, me and Lee. Get you fronted for the summer so easy. The snow alone, fill up a mobile home. My niggas' name ring like mobile phones and no one's home. White back-to-back rolls at my gates. White slave master souls in my safe. White python Manolo is the taste. She want a Mike Tyson blow to the face. Twist and turn, these guns blitz and burn. Too many flip and turn, had to get rich to learn. The Bezos of the nasal, that's case closed. Got a team full of J-Bows on 8 toes. Niggas measly, cheap as Riesling, believe me. I could tell cause your bitches look needy.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that production's a lot for me. It can be a little overstimulating. There's also those layers that I'm hearing all at once, and so it was a little harder for me to focus on the lyrics. That's not me complaining or negative judgment on the song. It's a me thing, right? Like, it's a sensory stuff. Okay. Fireworks will send a message, iridescent. Okay, slow him down like Robitussin if you're rushing in. At your door when we address him, we gonna bless him. Tried to bring him, shoulda left him, learn my lesson. Who is that about? Poker faces keep them guessing, no expression. Love. Ice stress in my chest and leave an impression. White slave master souls in my safe. Whew. White python. Is that like a... Okay, I don't want to minimize that line by saying, is that alluding to something? But I'm also just wondering, industry? Or is that bigger than, like, we're just talking about the industry? And the only reason I ask that is because it just makes me think of, like, souls in my safe. I don't know, for some reason that just made me think of them being censored and having to leave that label, buy themselves out of their contracts and all of that. The more and more I talk, the more and more that doesn't sound right. Maybe just ignore me. Twist and turn these, too many flip and turn. Had to get rich to learn. See, it's things like that that's making me think we're kind of talking about navigating the industry in a way, but I might be way off. Easily cheap as Riesling, believe me. I can tell because your bitches look needy. She want a Mike Tyson blow to the face. Is that what, wait, Mike Tyson blows to the... Okay, I think that's what that stands for. The M.T.B.T.T.F.
She want Mike Tyson, blow to the face. Slalom height, she want snow on a plate. Half price when the blows in the crates means more ice for the moles and the ace. Made $1 million off a flow to the nays.
Ooh.
Niggas saying that it won't just a phase. 911 turbo with the glaze. Top dollars poking holes in the case. All you keyboard killers in your feelings. Mad you ain't trending. Mad got you tricking on your women. Mad I don't hit them, I just spin them. Gunning and I'm grinning. In the Bugatti in my denim. This is the result of my vision. React with precision. But God only knows my intention. But selling dope is a religion. The hammer's in position. I can show niggas the difference. You niggas is screenwriters, we dream writers. Two chains and touch change like King Midas. Imitation is flattery, they seem like us. But only 300 bricks can make you Leonidas. My old plug asked the new plug to reunite us. D-class in my ears, now let me see you bite it. She want Mike Tyson blow to the face. I'm talking 96 Hove with the bass. She want...
Just a couple things that I love. Okay, I know this was in the last one, but the Bezos of the nasal, and then it goes into say Flonase. Oh, the base. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Okay, I get it now. I get nasal. The case is closed. Bezos, Jeff. Okay. I mean, I got the Bezos thing, but I didn't really get the nasal. Okay, that was so dumb. Just ignore me. Okay. You'd think I would be getting better at picking these up. Okay, made $1 million off flow to the nays. Saying that it won't just a phase. I can't tell if that's talking about specifically, we're talking about like drugs in the sense of they won't get, it's just a phase, or if they're talking about this in the music sense, saying that it won't, it's just a phase. I don't know. Am I recording? Oh my god, I got panicked there for a second thinking that I wasn't recording. Top dollars poking holes in the case. So Pop paying for representation to poke holes in the case against him. But this, all you keyboard killers in your feelings, mad you ain't trending. Keyboard killers in your feelings. That's a bar. I loved that. Oh my gosh. Mad got you tricking on your women. Mad I don't hit them, I just spin them. Gunning and I'm grinning. This is a result of my vision. React with precision. But God only knows my intention. Screenwriters were dream writers, and then the took change and touched the chains, made it into gold. They've adapted, is what that makes it sound like. And things they touch turn into gold. Imitation is flattery. They seem like us. Love.
Tyson, blow to the face. Slalom height, you want snow on a plate. Half price when the blows in the crates means more ice for the moles and the ace. Made $1 million off a flow to the nays. Niggas saying that it won't just a phase. 911 turbo with the glaze. Top dollars poking holes in the case.
Ooh. Yeah, there were some lines I really liked. Pharrell is incredible. This whole thing has been great. There were some really like standout lines for me. Okay, what was that? Track 7? That was 7. E.B.I.T.D.A.
No confession.
Wrong way.
I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean, the sun like bright as can be. F80 not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B and I ain't driving to C. The pad laid the Eiffel Army won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I want the Rolls Royce with the drapes off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back. Send it for the Gordo pies. Pick up the Toro and drive. Straight up the 405. The way that the board is designed. I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245. Hit him, make sure that he dies. That text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain pours and I'm hearing their cries. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Bitches in the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the E.B.I.T.D.A. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up? I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us. Yeah.
Ooh.
Sure they want me hit her like an archer, but I'm not that sprint, so I starve her. How we fit 30 studs in the collar. Open the sunroof, wave to my father. Remembering the shipments at the Portsmouth Harbor. Something for the face numbers and the nodders. Grew up playing real life Contra. Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight now.
Hold on. I don't again, references. I'm really loving this, but I know I'm missing out on so much in a lot of these tracks because there are just a lot of references that I just don't get. And it's a reason why, like, again, visitor in the space, right? I would love to learn more about like what all these references are. Tell me anything you want in the comments, please and thank you. A few things that I saw. I mean the ears. I feel like the Spotify lyrics are wrong. I feel like it said I'm in the ears. Am I wrong? Hold on. No, it says I mean the ears. That was my bad. Sorry. Pally's Eiffel Army won't turn the parades off. God bless the takeoff. I said I want a Rolls Royce with the drapes off. I could be wrong, but I'm getting the feeling that he's talking about like what led them, like their early life and what it led to, if you will. Because I picked up the Turo and drive straight up the 405, the way that the border's designed. I feel like I'm the Lord of the Skies. Hit him, make sure that he dies. That text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. Rain pours and I'm hearing it cries. I feel like this is fly too close to the sun kind of thing. Feds came, they collected the guys, but they didn't collect them. Went from heaters up to fevers up. I still don't know what did he say? E.B.I.T.D.A. If you let money talk, who's speaking up? Love. I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. This. I want to be this. I'm not there yet, but I want to be there. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. That's the goal. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us. Love. Also, sure do you want me to hit her like an archer? Bar. Oh, open the sunroof to wave to my father. And then this, remembering the shipments at the Portsmouth Harbor. Something for the face numbers and the nodders. Okay, so I think we're talking about like them growing up and things they were involved in. Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight. Oh wait, I think I'm to where I'm supposed to be, right?
Behind the gate.
Okay.
Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight, now I live behind the gate. DJ, the way they dig it through the crates.
Ooh.
You niggas busting bricks on a plate. I need more space to make pace. The rap houses running out of tape. The drug money busting out the safes. Scammers running in and out of chase. Bottle servers running out of ace. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Bitches in the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the E.B.I.T.D.A. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up? I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us.
Interesting. When I heard it again, however he says it, I don't know if it's the way he's saying it or if it's seeing it on the screen. I feel like I've seen something like that before, but I might just be losing it. Okay, I think I'm gonna look it up because it seems vaguely familiar. Hold please. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. I never can say that word properly. I know I just pronounced it poorly. We're moving on. I never can pronounce it right. It was like this for me in finance, accounting. I know. I still stand by what I said. Like, it feels like, and again, I could be interpreting it wrong, but to me, it feels like he's reflecting back on what led them to their careers. Now I'm 10 times that. It seems like he's like reflecting on his choices and what led them there and still saying like, and I still managed to do all this. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. But obviously, please let me know if I'm wrong because that's just my interpretation. Okay, next up, track 9, which is FICO.
I mean, there is.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll. And waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Dance music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you re-ing up with us, then your credit score gotta be FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really willpower when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Have my man shoot your block. I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep fronting for your bitches. Cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in the month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling him maestro. Cause time that heavy can crush. When you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering die slow. The last words you hear in the trunk.
You don't know what I
shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
Go get a Glock 27, fit snug in the waistline. Both sticks came with the drum. I was 5'6", shoulder with a chip. Wish a nigga to take mine. Index yank till it's numb. Used to call me Windex, cause this thing I spray gon' make you change minds. I done seen Hercules run. We was power lifting 2.2s. Nah, we ain't throw gang signs. My brick walk was second to none. I would have them take a number like DMV. That was the baseline. Check out or register 1. Miami niggas like Big Perm, cause they numbers was phase on. Cuban showed me nothing but love. When it come down to it, every string of bell just needs an Avon who won't sweep it under the rug. On the road with a load near the brake line, I knew where to place mine. I don't keep the gun in the glove.
Okay, I feel like this has just been going. I was trying to find a good place to stop, but I don't think there is one because this just keeps going. Oh my gosh. Okay, my fear is that I'm taking this stuff to surface level and I'm not digging into it enough because I'm feeling kind of the same way about this as I was the last track. I don't know if they are talking about like their history with the drugs and all that stuff, or if this is more of like a metaphor. This feels a little bit more present. Their come up as well as where they're at currently. You know, it's like the money wouldn't come fast enough. We were back and forth downstream line. Could be talking about both, right? Talking about their history because that was a part of their come up, right? Their association with that and what they were doing. But it also feels, I don't know, especially for this one, some of it feels more like there's two storylines going at once. I could be wrong about that, obviously. I feel like it's definitely still probably relevant to their lives, but do you know what I mean? Or am I taking it wrong? Please help me. I feel like I was doing better at the beginning. Earlier tracks, I think I was grasping a little bit more. Watch, this video is gonna come out and you'll be like, you got nothing. Which is fair, at least from my perspective. I feel like I was grasping more in the earlier tracks than I am now. Help? SOS. That all said, I really like the production. This whole album's production has been wild, and like the way that they do their wordplay, Alice and Pusha, like the vibes of it, I'm loving. These last few tracks, I feel like I've been a little less confident on feeling like I'm understanding it as well as like I wish I did. That's my only thing.
In the daytime, cause K9 sniff out a crumb.
Where sync my lyrics? Where am I? Okay.
Won't sweep it under the rug. Cuban showed me nothing. Won't sweep it under the rug. On the road with a load near the brake line, I knew where to place mine. I don't keep the gun in the glove. Hit the turnpike with the running lights that be on in the daytime. Cause K9 sniff out a crumb. Hands 3 and 9 on the wheel as I'm crossing the state line. Dumb diddy dumb. Survival of the fittest. You either get acquitted or FaceTime.
Oh, interesting. I do like what it's saying there, though. Like, the canines will sniff out a crumb. So, you know, hit the turnpike with the running lights that can be on during the daytime. Because canines sniff out a crumb. Hands on 3 and 9 on the wheel as it crosses state lines. Like, ensuring that you're not breaking the rules so you don't get caught crossing state lines with drugs is how I'm taking that. Survival of the fittest, you either get acquitted or you face time. Ow.
Had an infamous run. My story gon' hit the first 48, then it's on Dateline. Cause this really shit I done.
You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong, you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
I just need to say, the inside out, like the cadence of that is very earwormy to me. Like, scratches my brain right, and I really loved that. Just like,
my shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
Again, not super confident that I'm interpreting that song correctly, but I love the play on like FICO like, credit score. But again, I just don't know if I'm taking like if I'm taking it too surface level by saying like, oh, we're talking about like things that they've experienced and the roles that they played within selling drugs and all of that, and saying like they were so good at it, they could have had like FICO credit score of 850. In order to join us and be a part of that, you would have had to have been so good because we're so good at it. Or if it's more metaphorical and we're talking about like them and their come up and the game and industry, both. Or am I just totally off base in general? So if anybody could help me there, that'd be great because I'm not super competent. I liked the production of that one. The Inside Out, that's gonna be playing on repeat in my brain. So there's that. What track are we on? Inglorious Bastards is the next one, which is track 10.
When we are together, we got power. We have shifted from having a seizure about what the man got to season what we need. Burn, baby, burn.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is.
That was a lot for me. Sorry. That I didn't mean that to whatever face I was making. I'm sure it wasn't like a nice face. Sorry. That was just a lot. I really should have turned down the volume. I don't know why that was I don't know why my instinct was just pull this away versus just like lowering the volume. I don't know. Sometimes my brain just decides that we're going to do something like that. That was a lot for me from a sensory perspective. I didn't really hear much of that. So when we were together, we got power. We've shifted from having a seizure about what the man got to seizing what we need. Burn, baby, burn. Okay.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is. With an apron, it's whiter than the post is. Spread distribution wide open. Now all the smokers call him Moses. Hair on browner than baby roaches. Got your bitch bent over like scoliosis. Watch M.T.B.T.T.F with the open. That's the only back and forth that I'm posting. We really netted what we grossing. By the way, I'm writing this on the ocean. By the way, this anchor's really frozen. By the way, the sinker's being loaded. Cause by the way, the stinker's really chosen. Head haloing, seated in a late foreign. Name a bitch you ain't going. Two-tone with the Royce rolling. Just a glimpse what the boy holding. Knocking over all you toy soldiers. 1 + 4 acres, no neighbors. I remember the days of no cable. Colombian stallions in the stable. With natural titties and no navels. Only work getting done is on it.
I love that. Is that like a whatever that is in the background? Like, I don't know if it's like a tambourine. I feel silly saying that out loud. Whatever it is, that little like thing. That really didn't sound very much like it. Sometimes I just do things and say things. And then when I go into editing, I'm like, so I want y'all to know the amount of times that I am like, I'm editing that out. And then I sit there and I'm like, no, you should keep that in because I feel like people need to know the dumbass shit that comes out of my mouth. I don't know. The point is that whatever instrument or noise or whatever that is, I like that a lot. Like just, it's like back in the back and it's like, also just a glimpse of what the boy holding knocking over all your toy soldiers. I also just love this is culturally inappropriate being all through the album. The tone of it too, like I like it more and more as we go.
With natural work getting done is on the table. Death to skimmers and shavers. I'm allergic to anything other than money behavior. Inglorious, victorious, wide body B.I.G. like notorious. Tell me as we trafficking or tricking, somebody gotta show me the difference.
Stand on every word whenever I wrote shit. Under my boots, nigga, nothing but go shit. I was fine getting rich under their noses. Today a nigga celebrate to you and post it. Saltwater tears, cooked with sodium, McLaren hypercar. No petroleum back then. Head work under linoleum, that thinking got me standing on this podium. Chop the roof off, nigga, this coupe talk. A Virginia nigga driving to New York.
This is culturally inappropriate.
My tits too dark, the money's in a trailer car. Fuck what you thought.
Been playing in the snow like Rudolph. On the 2-door roof, helping me cool off. Chains on me like Slick Rick the ruler. Seats white with the 6 blacker than Umar. Niggas trying to stop my play, Parisian nights. Private rooms at Bar Du Pray, the season's right. Louis Vuitton hug my arms, scribbled in red. Blood diamonds flood my charm.
This is culturally
The
inappropriate.
chauffeurs are made, flights are chartered, the villas in the hills are paid. Blood spilled, ring finger names engraved, shirts are silk, the yacht light flags are waved. Inglorious, victorious. Wide body B.I.T.D.A like notorious.
The B.I.G. I love that. I feel like I have heard nothing. This, okay, if that's not a testament to Pharrell's talent, not to minimize everyone else, but I just mean like that is such a testament to his talent, because I have got lost in the productions multiple times throughout this album, and that is just not normal for me. Like, that's just not normal. Also, flights are chartered, the villas in the hills are paved, blood is spilled, ring finger, names engraved, shirts are silk, the yacht life, flags are waved, inglorious, victorious. Oh my gosh, I loved the been playing in the snow like Rudolph. Okay, there was something else earlier. Like I said, I was so caught up in the, like I heard some, I feel like I'm failing because I'm getting so hung up in the production of it all. Okay, where was I? Only getting work done is on the table. Also, I'm allergic to anything other than money behavior. Love. Okay, moving down, where is it? Ooh, tell me, is we trafficking or tricking? Somebody gotta show me the difference. Tell me, is we trafficking or tricking? What? I'm gonna need help on that. I'm a little confused about like what, like trafficking drugs or tricking. Help. Sorry, I'm having a coughing attack. I'm trying to figure out if that's like a self call out or if that's call out to other people. I'm gonna move on. Stand on every word whenever I wrote shit. I like that when it's like I stand on everything I've said. Like whenever I wrote it, I think that's interesting too, because this is Malice. So I'm wondering if he's talking about his early days. At the time, I stood on that and I acknowledge that, but it doesn't mean necessarily I agree with it today. Maybe I could be taking that wrong. Under my boots, nothing but goat shit. Okay. I was fine getting rich under their noses. I like that double play because it's like getting rich under their noses in secret, like, but also under their noses because of what they were selling. Today, celebrate, yeah, post it, saltwater tears. Back then, hid work under linoleum, like, okay. That thinking got me standing on this podium. So I think that kind of, to me, that kind of links back to what he said earlier when he was like, it's fine getting rich under their noses. I stand by what I said back then kind of thing. Because he's saying like, back then, maybe this wasn't the best way to, you know, make it or whatever, but it did get me standing here right now. I can maybe not love that I did that, but I also have to appreciate it because it got me standing where I am today. Maybe. Driving to New York, state, trap ducking, my tents was too dark. Oh, okay, so he's like, okay. Still love the beat. Playing like snow like Rudolph. Louis Vuitton, hug in my arms. Really like the cadence too, the wide body B.I.G. like notorious.
Tell me, body B.I.G. like notorious. Tell me, is we trafficking or tricking? Somebody gotta show me the difference. Ha.
Interesting. Again, feel like I'm missing some things. I think I kind of get Malice's deal of like acknowledging their past and like what all that did, but I am still a little confused about the tell me, is we trafficking or tricking? Loved the production of that one. It's very earwormy, especially the B.I.G. like notorious. I forgot to bring this one up too. Get your bitch bit like scoliosis. It's really funny. With an apron that's wider than the Pope is, and then it has, this is cultural inappropriate. Bar. I feel like I'm getting surface level on this in the past couple tracks, but I feel like there's probably some deeper things that I'm just missing because I just don't have the context and the like cultural awareness to be able to really like break it down and see the other layers to it, is what my assumption is. So any help would be greatly appreciated, per usual. Literally all ears or all eyes, since I'll be reading your comments. That's not the point. We're moving on. I've been filming for way too long. Next up is 11 So Far Ahead.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas will be behind. You can't see it from where you sitting. Shit. But this Ferrari leather with the matching stitches. So far ahead, you niggas are behind.
If I'm getting this right, that is the most beautiful introduction to being like, yeah, we're the best and you're trash. You're so far behind us, but in this beautiful angelic way. Like, if that's what it's saying, that intro is just pure angelic vocal of saying, you not like us.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas will be.
I'm so sorry, that's so funny to me. They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. It's like, when you finally catch up to me, I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm on to the next thing.
You can't see it from where you sitting. Shit. But this one or another, what the matching stitching is. So far ahead, you niggas are behind.
The choir, the gospel feeling, that is a incredible production choice, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I am obsessed with this, and I'm 33 seconds in.
Behind.
Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap his chapo. Furthest from the streets, Monica Denise, good bitches fuck with Roccos. Put them in them cars, hanging out with stars, now it's hard to tell they not hoes. Your co-defendant claim immunity, it was you and he, how'd you not know? Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. Understand the art of war, all my niggas draw, so we all Picasso's. Me just being me, respect the P&B, I'll probably never eat at Roscoe's. Million ways to live, million ways to die, million stuffed in and on told. Million ways to wash it, million ways to stop it. Pray for me, cause we not though. Best believe I can whip a Christmas Eve with some work in a hot stove. They done took it all, praying that he fall. No more questions about Gestapo.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas will be behind. Behind.
Niggas tried to sneeze at the blessing. How could
That was like, this is iconic. I'm so sorry. This is iconic. I love this. I don't get all the references, obviously. I'm not gonna claim I do, but just, wow. Put them in them cars, hanging out with the stars. Now it's hard to tell they not hoes. And then the woo in the background. Your co-defendant claim immunity. It was you and he. How you not know? Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. I keep getting, I don't know why I'm so paranoid that I'm not filming, but I keep having to check it because I genuinely am like, I don't know why. But then this, understand the art of war, all my draw so we all Picasso's. I love a good art of war reference. Me just being me, respect to I don't know. Again, some of the references I don't really know. Million ways to live, million ways to die, million stuffed in an auto. Million ways to wash it, million ways to stop it. Pray for me, cause we not though. Also, no more questions about Gestapo. Hearing this in like the context of today is like, oh my god. Not that this is old, but like I'm assuming this again was most likely. I don't know how much they updated things recently. That's actually an interesting question. Now that I think about it, when we were talking about chains and whips and chain. Whatever way it is. I should have asked that question. Do we have any idea if anything was updated since they couldn't release it originally? I wonder if they kept everything the same from when they originally turned it in and their label basically said no, or if they went back and updated stuff. If anybody knows that, like if they ever commented on that, please let me know, because I feel like that'd be really interesting to know, because like this, like the no more questions about Gestapo, maybe that's talking about something else, but it's just in the context of like what's happening so much with the US and the disappearing, and just having that in there with Gestapo with our current landscape is wild.
Niggas tried to sneeze at the blessing. How could I just leave was the question.
Ooh.
Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees up in heaven. No mistaking me for the reverend. Usher in the money, my confession. How your pastor whip a Rolls Royce. That was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon. Walking with my dog, I am legend. The grass is greener on each side. I done been both Mason Bethers. I done been at both intersections. I done pulled Ocean's 11s. Even when the well ran dry, I done raised quotes in the desert. Tried to hide the dope in the message, like we did the coke in the Lexus. Same hands I used to whip work, see me turn them both into blessings. AMG the spokes for the extras, only way to cope with the pressure. When you feel you in too deep, let God take the wheel like a Tesla.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas are behind. You can't see it from where you sitting. Shit. But this for another with the matching stitching is so far ahead. You niggas are behind.
That's like one of my favorites. The production, I loved that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the try to sneeze at the blessing. Just in the context of this, with this church choir mixed in, I just really liked that. How could I just leave was the question. Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees in heaven. That is so good. I really love Malice's take on this. I think it's so interesting how, I acknowledge, since I haven't heard earlier works of theirs, this may have always been their dynamic. I think someone on Patreon said there wasn't any swearing within his verses, and I haven't seen that yet either. I love the juxtaposition between his verses and Push's verses. They are so different in the way they approach it, but they blend so well together. I don't even know what the word would be, but just it is very interesting to see the differences even within the same song, but it fits so well. And the things that he's addressing, he's talking so much about him stepping out of things and still creating space for acknowledging his past, and it's also not done in like a, for lack of a better term, preachy way. It's in a, I did what's best for me, and that's my thing. Like it is what it is. And I've really enjoyed that throughout this whole album. I do love that. The whistleblowers left me no choice, ain't no referees up in heaven. No mistaking me for the reverend, ushering the money, that's my confession. His verses give me some of the energy, not the way they rap, in the way they look at themselves. It kind of does remind me a little bit of Kendrick in the sense of, you know, Kendrick has always tried to acknowledge his own hypocritical nature and acknowledging and holding space for the aspects of himself that maybe most people wouldn't want to highlight, or maybe the game wouldn't appreciate in the same way. And that's how a lot of Malice's verses are rhymed. He's showing the progress he's made while still holding space for the things that are his past that he's accepted, and is not trying to hide them, but is acknowledging them in a really balanced way. And I've really enjoyed that throughout this album. How your pastor whipping in a Rolls Royce, that was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon, walking with my dog, I am legend. Love. Done been at both intersections. I just tried to hide the dope in the message like we did the coke in the Lexus. See me turn them both into blessings. Like, when you feel you in too deep, let God take the wheel like a Tesla, like autopilot. Loved that. If that wasn't clear, production, just like everything about that. Next up is track 12, Let God Sort 'Em Out. Oh, and this has Nas in it. Cool. I don't think I've heard Nas. There's been a lot of people who've told me that I should do that and that I would like Nas, or at least some albums or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I'm excited to hear this. I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, I don't think I've heard any of Nas.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the Saint's mouth. Yeah. Talk about it. Bring all the watches and the chains out. Heat come, I'm De Niro, I got the safe house.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Surrounded by niggas with tears that don't drip.
I really wonder, I know it sounds silly, I feel like it was probably there before, but I do have to wonder if, like, this is culturally inappropriate. Like, I wonder if those aspects were there before the drama with their label. Because, like, on one side, it would make sense for that to be there, just given the context of the album. Like, I feel like it probably was there, but it also would be really funny if it wasn't there and they added it throughout. Like, I don't know why, but I'm just envisioning like the parts that the label was like, I don't know about these lines, or I don't know about this. I know the hard line for them was the Kendrick one, but I have to wonder if there was other things throughout it. And it would just be really funny if, like, after things that the label had issues with, they were like, this is culturally inappropriate. I don't think that's what it was. I think it was probably there beforehand, but it would be really funny. Just saying.
That ain't the ghost that you appear to go get. Finally got the courage, but you still a whole bitch.
The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Every move intentional, the links is atypical.
Like baseball and DR.
You know what the stick will do.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We got the drop on your shadow.
You know we can get to you. The pen to express my dreams and expertise in text I squeeze. Coke spots all over like leprosy. It's a dark spirit tucked behind the flesh you see.
Got every single word of the hex I need. The death I breathe, the death I see.
Look so good on you, the coffin wood on you.
Closed casket cause I'm only sick and wolves on you.
Berlin at a horsepower, put them hooves on you. Blow a $500,000 LV leather goods on you. We've been doing this for eons. While you thirsty trying to figure out who you can spill a tea on. I'm in coffee fields, making meals.
You get the chills cause this shit is real. Now let me ribbon, bow tie your surprise.
The feeling that you get when you realize it was really you that died and we are so alive.
Conspiracy theory, you can't believe it's us. Soul leave your body like a fentanyl rush.
Dead on your back with your eyes looking up chandeliers.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Loved that verse. Production, obsessed with it. There are so many things in here, but the AR in the saint's mouth with tears that don't drip. That ain't the ghost that you appear to go. Finally got the courage, but you still a whole bitch is a bar. I also really love that the first line is, it's always the loudmouths that can't count. Love. And the right price. Like the show, no, that's The Price is Right. This is one of those moments that editing me will be like, wow, I want to get rid of that. And then I'll fight with myself for a moment and be like, no, people deserve to hear the things that come out of your mouth. Because why? Anyways, is this about anyone? Because I don't... 6 years ago, wasn't that around their time? Finally got the courage, but she's still a whole bitch. The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Like, okay, I could be taking this out of context again. But for me, I'm looking at it as the rest of y'all are finally speaking out against what I was saying way back 6 years ago. Because I'm pretty sure it was like 6 years ago when him and Drake had their... Right? Y'all let me know. I could be wrong. Salem. I see you have found your way back inside. Hello. Yes. Heaven forbid that you miss your tail. Your tail. Every move intentional. The links is atypical. Stop. We got the drop on your shadow. We know we can get to you. So is that like someone who's really close to the person? So you know we can get you too. I feel like that's what that's saying. The pen to express my dreams and expertise. Love that. It's a dark spirit tucked behind the flesh you see. Got every single word of the hex I need. The death I breathe, the death I see. Looks so good on you, the coffin wood on you. Closed caskets, cause I'm only sicking wolves on you. Horsepower, put them hooves on you. $500,000 LV. Oh my God. We've been doing this for eons. While you thirsty trying to figure out who you can spill the tea on. In the coffee fields making mills, you get the chills because this shit is real. I love this. Now let me ribbon bow tie your surprise. The feeling you get when you realize it was really you that died and we are so alive. Conspiracy theory, you can't believe it's us. Soul leave your body like a fentanyl rush. Dead on your back, eyes looking up. Chandeliers. Like, to me, it makes it feel like, it's like, oh, you thought we were gone. You, like, especially for, like, Pusha, which, okay, to be fair, I think the majority of people felt like Pusha actually won that. I don't mean it like that, but my understanding is that after that, Pusha really started to get suppressed and started really getting censored from the industry. And my understanding is that I think people speculate that there was things going on behind the strings. I was about to say puppet, but behind the scenes, someone, you know, maybe was using their leverage and like power in the industry to like, get things done behind the scenes to suppress him. I could be wrong, but if that's true, that to me would make sense of like, let me bow tie, like this, in a way, it's like this album, I think they knew that this album was gonna be taken really well. Like, it's so good. Even I know this as someone who is obviously not knowledgeable, but like even I'm recognizing how great this is. And so to me, it's almost like a, by the way, you thought you were going to win this. The last year has shown you, like, you know, like, let me surprise you. That feeling you get when you realize that it was really you that died and that we're so alive. Conspiracy theory, you can't believe it's us. Like, your soul's even right. Like, this may have nothing to do with that. And I'm just placing my limited knowledge upon the situation, but that's what it feels like to me. But I could be wrong. I have such limited context that I might be just searching for ways to make sense of things based on the little knowledge I have. So if I'm wrong, just let me know.
Head on your back with your eyes looking up chandeliers.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. And that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them, I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it, only thing you killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons, I was them deaf and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is a family, we some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses, my principles high. You need a glimpse of me from satellites in orbit. Take sabbaticals on avenues, break AKs on vacays when we paddle canoes. Follow the leader, Terminator, hasta la vista, man of the year, Nasir, rockin' chandeliers.
Yeah, I really like him already. Salem apparently does too. Salem seems to be a Nas fan. He is real hype right now. Okay, Nas has been around for like quite some time, right? Like, I don't know the timeline. Was he coming up at the same time as Clipse? I probably should know that, but you know, here we are. I know he's revered. I know that people have been like their top MCs. I know he's had significant impact on the culture. I do at least know that much. I love this too, especially because if the beginning is what I think it is, and then it's almost like expanding to include like the culture itself. I mean, granted, the beginning too could be about the culture itself too. It doesn't have to be about one person. Like I was saying earlier, it might be to a certain person, and in general, very nice motor. I feel like this verse especially feels like more broad. Regardless, I loved this. Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. He ushered in this new. Love it. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. I love that. And that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them. I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it. The only thing you killing is precious time. It's just so cool too to see this, because like I know from Kendrick's music how much Nas inspired Kendrick, so it's just really cool to see it from Nas's perspective. That's, I don't know, I just think that's cool. It's really funny. It's like, it's not fair to them. I'm thinking I deserve the hate because I've just been so influential. Like, I love that energy. I used to clash with Decepticons. I was deaf, dumb, and blind. Good little Transformer reference. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. I love that. Also, the Pantheon is a family. We some upstanding G's. I love the use of Pantheon in this. In that interview I was listening to earlier, they talked about how a lot of people didn't think as you age, you can continue on your career. And I just love this energy because I like what this stands for, and this album in general stands for, because it just in the sense of like the world, right? Like I feel like younger generations especially, it's like this idea that you're gonna turn like 30 and your life's over. And it's like, feels like it's just beginning. What do you mean? And so just them using their 40s and 50s, and let me preface this by saying, disclaimer, I'm not talking about this in relation to like minors. That's not even a question. I'm just saying, like, once you become an adult, the idea of like, for example, I had someone comment on a video a while back. I was wearing a bodysuit that had like a clasp in the front. It's like kind of tech-weary. Multiple comments of people being like, you're a grown woman, why are you wearing that, blah, blah. What do you mean? This idea that you can't have certain hairstyles at a certain age, or that you can't wear stuff. Who the fuck cares? We have so much finite time on this earth. Dress the way you want to dress. If you think I'm dressing too young, okay. And honestly, when I saw those comments, my first instinct was not even to get upset about it. My first instinct was, that's really sad. It's sad that society has made people feel like they can't express themselves. Like, fashion is expression. And wearing things that you're comfortable in or things that make you happy, like, that is the bare minimum of what you should do. I understand there's certain times, certain formalities, certain events, like that stuff, common sense aside, right? Just like general style. Why not? I just think it's sad that people feel like they aren't allowed to express themselves because, like, that's the fun part. This is your body. And, like, shouldn't you dress it in things that make you happy? Anyways, just that idea of things being age appropriate. Or like you can't, you know, it's like when people get older and they're like, oh, I can't really have long hair. Why? My grandmother had hair down to her waist till she was 83 years old. Why not? Anyways, that was a little bit of a side tangent, but my point is that I love them coming back on the scene. And again, I don't know if Nas hasn't actually been absent or not, but at least Clipse has. But them coming back and being like, why does age have to restrict you doing something? Creativity doesn't just go away. Your talent doesn't just go away. Your priorities can change. You can take a step back. You may not want to be touring all year long, but that doesn't mean that you can't still be creating. And I just really like that energy. But I do like this, so cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is a family. We some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses, my principles are high. You need to glimpse me from the satellites in orbit. Love. Tape sabbaticals on avenues. And I love the follow the leader Terminator. Hasta la vista, man of the year. I loved that. Okay, I believe this is the last song, right? Okay, yeah. So this is track 13. Last song is By the Grace of God.
The devil's tapping on shoulders. He's trying to get to know you. The right time to fold you. I'm losing saints in my soldiers. It's all lottie-dottie till you looking at the body. Smiles I'll never see again, never be a we again. Cleaning out your closet, the one you kept your demons in. Hard for me to breathe again. I'ma blame your head, not your heart, till we meet again. Easily I could have been one of them, locked up and never get to see the sun again. Burning buildings, I kept running in. The allure every time I flew 100 in. Co-defendant caving and lawyers couldn't save them. All for the love of 580s and a mixed bitch having your baby. I done dodged strays crazy. Man, I think about the shit daily.
When the crew breaks apart, who takes the charge? You face the cards, I lace the squad. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars. Escape the odds by the grace of God.
I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind the wall. I've watched many men die, cause no one would make the call. I've seen entire empires crumble and fall. Yes, I've seen it all. They missed this wall. By the grace of God.
All the black cats I seen, all the black macs I squeezed, all the black crows I dreamed. Even the black cloud hovering couldn't touch me in the bulletproof Cullinan. Tears on my pillowcase. Was I spitting in your face when you let me beat that case? Some niggas see the money can't make. Some niggas get the money can't take. Gotta realize that they was naked. Was I cooking death when I was baking? Salt Bay. Sprinkle it and saute it. You don't trust me, then we all weigh it. And it ain't over till we all say it. And you ain't shooting shit, them guns is archaic. In closing, I see I'm chosen. All my pressure points frozen. You know how it goes. When the crew breaks apart, who takes the charge? You face the cards, I lace the squad. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars. Escape the odds by the grace of God.
I've seen killers and kingpins.
Real caught up in the production. First of all, I'm loving this as an ending track already. I feel like it is really summarizing. You see where you started and kind of restaking their claim. They're back and showcasing their talents, how they've grown as people, while also still acknowledging their past. And they're not trying to ignore it, but they're trying to show, yeah, like we were there and now we're here, reflecting on that and seeing that growth. I really like this as a closing track, and Let the Birds Sing, or The Birds Don't Sing as the first opener. I love that. The devil's tapping on your shoulders. He's trying to get to know you. The right time to fold. I take that as them realizing that was happening to them, and the choices they made saved them from the fates that they go on to talk about. It's all lottie-dottie till you look at the body. You see people lose their lives. Smiles I'll never see again, will never be a we again. People we've lost along the way. Cleaning out the closet, the one you kept your demons in. That's a good one. Because I can see that two ways. Like, I can see that as them cleaning out their own closets, almost like them talking to their younger selves. But I can also see that as doing that for other people, you know, like cleaning out the closets of the people they lost along the way, the one that you kept your demons in. Hard for me to breathe again. I'ma blame your head, not your heart, till we meet again. I love that line. Easily, I could have been one of them, locked up and never see the sun again. Burning buildings, like I kept running in, like I kept taking these chances. I was flying too close to the sun, and it's almost like he's reflecting. It's honestly a miracle that I didn't end up that way, because I was just like them. The allure, every time I flew 100 in. Co-defendant caved and the lawyers couldn't save him. You know, it's like, could have gotten caught like the people around you did, but you didn't. That's got to make one think. You have to come to a point where you're like, why was I one of the ones who got saved from that fate? And like, what do I want to do with my life now? You know? I don't know. I done dodged crazy strays. Man, I think about this shit daily. When the crew breaks up, who takes the charge? Ooh, I wonder if that's like who's in charge afterwards, or if that's like when you get caught, who is it going to get pinned on, maybe? You face the cards. I could also see this being about someone else though, because you face the cards, lace the squad, kind of makes me think I may be getting too conspiracy theory here. I guess that doesn't necessarily fit within the rest of it. I don't know. Part of me feels like he's reflecting in the beginning, but it almost feels like when the crew breaks apart, who takes it almost makes it feel like he's talking to someone now. I guess he could still be talking to his younger self. I don't know. It almost sounds like a warning. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too conspiracy here. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars, escaped the odds by the grace of gods. I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind the walls. Again, I think that's where I'm kind of getting the warning. It's almost like, I mean, yeah, it's a reflecting, but it's also just him warning people, like, watch the things that you do, because kingpins sing behind walls. Like, to me, that makes me feel like it's a warning to the people in the industry. Do you think the fame and money is going to protect you? Which makes, okay, you know what? Okay, I may be just making too much out of stuff. I watched many men die because no one would make the call. Okay, I hate to take it here, because maybe, I mean, I guess you could take it as, would make the call, we need to stop doing this, but I also can see that as people doing drugs, and like, you see them having an episode, but people are hesitant to make the call because they don't want to get in trouble. I could be wrong though. I've seen entire empires crumble and fall. Yes, I've seen it all. They missed this wall. To me, this is another song where, and it makes me think that the whole album is that. There's the layer that's talking about their life growing up, the drug aspect of it, but then the other layer as almost all of that also being a metaphor for like navigating the industry, reflecting on the culture kind of thing, because it's like, you know, I've seen entire empires crumble and fall. Yeah, you could think about that as drugs, but you could also think about that in the industry. Artists that come up and then they fall. I've seen it all, but they missed this wall. They missed us because we're back. All the black cats I've seen, all the bad luck omens kind of thing, and then all the black Max I squeeze, the black crows I've dreamed, which again, omen, and black Max, the weapons. I believe that's what that is. So it's like, you know, all these things I've done, and yet I made it. Even the black cloud hovering, can't touch me in the bulletproof. This part, I'd love you guys to tell me what this is about. Was I spitting in your face when you let me beat that case? When you let me beat that case. I may be totally taking this out of context, but it almost sounds like, but then he says ha at the end. When you just read it, it sounds like, was I spitting in your face when you let me beat that case, where it almost makes it sound like someone took the fall for something for him, and he's like, was I spitting in your face when you let me beat that case? Context around that would be great, because I'm a little, they see money but they can't make it. They get money, can't take it. Gotta realize that they was naked. Was I cooking with death when I was baking? All of that was crazy too. The you don't trust me, then we all weigh in, and it ain't over till we say it. Okay, and you ain't shooting shit, them gun. Wait, am I farther than, wait, hold on. No, I am down there. Okay. And you ain't shooting shit, them guns is archaic. That's an interesting line. In closing, I see I'm chosen. All my pressure points frozen.
In closing, I see I'm chosen. All my pressure points frozen. You know.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, it's like him closing out not only the album and this whole journey that we've taken, but also just him recognizing that maybe the reason I made it through all of that is like, I'm chosen. All my pressure points are frozen. You know how it goes. I really like this. In general, I like it, but especially as a closing track, I watched many men die because no one would make the call. Oh, wait. Oh, I went ahead.
It goes when the crew breaks apart, who takes the charge? You face the cards, I lace the squad. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars. Escape the odds by the grace of God.
I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind the wall. I've watched many men die, cause no one would make the call. I've seen entire empires crumble.
Also, the entire empire's earwormy.
Yes, I seen it all. They missed this wall. Yeah. By the grace of God.
Oh, chill. I loved that last line, how it brought in that choir element again. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Okay, I have been filming for way too long. Final thoughts. I feel like I kind of covered it in the past like 2 tracks, especially about talking about how this album has felt, the reflectiveness, kind of restaking their claim, reflecting on their past, acknowledging it, but also showing the progress they've made. Almost like paying homage to themselves in a way, not in an egotistical way, but in a way that's like, yeah, like this is where we were at, but like we're not gone. Coming back together and celebrating that, especially with them and Pharrell coming back together, like there's just like a beauty in that. I loved having Nas on there. I loved all the features. I just overall really, really liked that album. Like a lot. The production on this entire album was absolutely phenomenal. Pharrell, like, damn. That was crazy. I also love that he had his vocals like kind of interwoven. This is culturally inappropriate throughout, weaving through. I really loved that. I just think it is such a good album. I'm understanding why everyone was like, this album. I'm surprised. I don't know why, but I guess it was just, I'm surprised by how much I like really loved Malice. Maybe it's just because I like to swear a lot. Maybe that's why I like went into it thinking maybe I wouldn't vibe as much with his verses, which is like unfair. It's not like I was judging that, but it was more of just like, I love a good explicit line, you know? But I loved his verses all throughout this. I think I really connected with a lot of his verses. Pusha was great. Also, just both of their voices, I really like their tones, whether they're more rapping or I think Pusha, I don't know that Malice at any point, again with the terminology, I don't know if Malice at any point did kind of a little bit more of a singing aspect. I know Pusha did. I don't know that I saw Malice. I could be totally wrong on that, but oh god, that was good. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff I missed. After the halfway point, those few tracks, I didn't do the best job of like connecting the dots with, so I'd really love some help on those if you guys want to give me some more information. And obviously, like, these are just my interpretation with kind of limited knowledge. I tried to get a little context going into it, but I mean, there's only so much that I can, you know, really get beforehand without spoiling things too much. So obviously, you guys are gonna let me know, but yeah, loved that. I'm really excited that I did this too, because it does make me feel better about like exiting the Kendrick journey. You know, we've done all the albums. We still have a lot more of the missed content and with all the Kendrick features and all that stuff that's going to be woven through. But I believe, oh, actually I lied. We have one more. We have one more mixtape. We have Overly Dedicated. We haven't done that one. But after that, we'll be done with like mixtapes and albums with Kendrick. I was a little nervous though. I think I connected so much with Kendrick that I don't know, just a little nervous about starting new journeys. I don't know that I'm gonna connect. It's like with Taylor, like I really connect with her artistry. It's kind of like another level for me. There are other artists that I love, but I don't know that any of them I've quite connected with, at least with as much of their discography other than Taylor. And I really felt that way about Kendrick too. Like I have genuinely loved the entire journey. So I've just been a little nervous about going into more hip hop and rap. And so this was a really great, I think, segue and a good kind of experiment for me to kind of put my probably a little unwarranted, but still like anxieties to the side about it. So I'm excited I got to do that. But overall, loved this album. I'm excited to hear you guys' thoughts. Obviously, let me know, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did I miss? Let me know. And until the next one, bye.